by you all in the fourth quarter, to the poise, the response that you all had there after they came back and tied the game up.
Yeah, that was a huge string of plays with Isaiah's three, and then Jalen ended up in the help and got the steal for the run out. I mean, I just thought throughout the whole night we did a great job of keeping our focus. Obviously, there was a lot of ups and downs in the game itself, and obviously it was a unique night. And I thought our guys just had laser focus in the game, showed a lot of growth. You know, if you trace us back throughout the season, I just thought we played like a very mature team tonight.
Yeah, just your thoughts on the shot that LeBron hit to break the all-time scoring record, and then the way that the whole scene kind of reacted to that, including your team in that match.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously tip our hat to him, and it's a special night for him and for the league. It's amazing what he's accomplished, and I just remember when he was coming out of high school, the expectations that were on him, and it's so rare for somebody that's expectations are that high on the front end to exceed them in their career. It's amazing. So we certainly congratulate him and tip our hat, but like I said, our guys tonight showed unbelievable poise and maturity and connectedness, and responded really well, to last night, to the runs in the game. And we've played on national TV now twice. We played it in Miami and probably could have been better on that night in terms of what we could control. And I thought tonight we made major steps.
J-Dub had a pretty big night just in terms of scoring, but he also had the assignment of LeBron early on. What did you think of his night overall and kind of how he handled that whole experience?
Yeah, I mean, he's a fearless competitor. He doesn't seem rattled by anything. From the matchup on James to obviously the scene there tonight, and he carried us a little bit offensively early. I thought he was a real catalyst in the game and had some timely plays and still made the right plays. I thought he had a really good blend of his aggressiveness and also just making the right plays tonight.
And defensively for you guys, forced 27 points off turnovers, 21 turnovers for the Lakers. Just what did you see on that end of the floor that stood out tonight?
I thought it took us a while in the game to get our help defense kind of where it needed to be at the beginning of possessions. Early in the game, I thought we were a little loose. It was almost we were not in the right spot, and then we were reacting to their attacks. And I thought as the game wore on, we got tighter and tighter in the help, less reactive, more proactive, and we were active in the shell as a result of that. We got our hands on a lot of plays. We had some huge steals in the game. Shai had a big one on the post feed. Jalen had that one on the run that Nick's talking about. And that was all a byproduct of just positioning.
Mark, that was, I know I asked you about it before the game, but just the way that your guys stayed composed, I mean, that was probably the biggest game where, like, most attention that a lot of them have played in. Were you sort of looking forward to see how they responded to that moment and encouraged by how they did?
Yeah, I mean, that was what I said before the game. I think, the team has made a habit of responding well to challenges, and we want to be a team that grows through all these experiences. The NBA is hard. It's 82 games. There's a lot of ups and downs. And there's a lot of different experiences. Tonight was obviously an incredibly unique experience. And it's a team that has grown through these challenges. And, when we conquer a challenge, I think we conquered a challenge tonight in terms of our poise and maturity. It gives us confidence. And when we don't, we learn from it. This is a group that learns from it and applies it forward. And that's, we want to be a team that improves more than anything. And tonight I thought we showed a lot of improvement.
Were you made aware before the game that there was going to be a stoppage and some sort of ceremony if it happened?
Yes. Yeah, we were aware.
And how did you guys handle that? Just kind of sitting there, obviously not normal, and then 10 seconds left in the quarter, and then another big break. Like, how did you handle that break?
I mean, we were aware. We told the team that in the case that he broke the record that would happen so that it didn't throw anybody off. I just thought everything that happened tonight, our team acted like we expected it to happen. That's the best way I could put it. I thought just the collective focus and the collective poise was there. And I thought that was contagious tonight, the focus and the poise among the group. I was really encouraged. Once we huddled after the speeches, the internal dialogue of the team was really cool. You know, like they were saying all the right things to each other. It didn't have to come from me, and that's when you know you're kind of humming.
One thing you mentioned kind of what it might feel like out there. I'm curious what it actually did feel like. Like I've covered NBA Finals games and I haven't had a player touch the ball and 18,000 people start to make noise. So I'm curious for you, what did it feel like and sound like, or just all of that?
Yeah, it was a unique experience, like I said, and I thought, you know, as experienced as that team is, I don't think they've ever been in that situation either, and that's a hard game for them to play in, especially, you know, early in the game. You know, we just tried to keep our head down and keep playing, and our guys did, you know. So it was a electric environment. The national anthem was electric, by the way. It was an amazing national anthem, and so you know it was. But it was a great experience for us. You know, that's what it felt like. It was a great environment, and our guys had a calm focus during the whole thing.
To this day, I know that Mark Eden was the one that the skyhook was hit over. I'm guessing Kenrich will now be that small bit of trivia. Just on that play specifically, what did you think of the way that he contested and challenged? I mean, even pushed out LeBron to that spot.
I mean, you can't ever plan it. But one thing I'll say about Kenrich is, when I think about him as a competitor, his vulnerability as a competitor is one of his best qualities. Like, he doesn't back away from a challenge and he doesn't fear failure. And so I think it's, you know, fitting that, you know, his nose is in the fight on that play, you know, so he joins Mark Eaton among the great contesters of Hall of Fame players.
He came and made a charge to tie the game, and you all were really able to burst out with that 12-0 run.
Yeah, I mean, as good teams do, they make runs. You know, and it was obviously a little bit different. We kind of had to sit around and wait 10 minutes, and it could have gone either way. They came out better than we did after that, kind of breaking the game. They made a run. They got it back to a tie ball game, but we did a good job not flinching in that last quarter. I think we made our run, got the margin back out, and I think for the most of the fourth, we held on to that. Executed both ends of the floor, made them, you know, they made and took some tough shots. But that's what good players do. But I think for the most part down the stretch, we did what we needed to. We executed and, you know, closed the game out.
J-Dub had 6 steals tonight, you know, in addition to the scoring that he did and the defense that he was trying to play on LeBron. Just your thoughts on kind of his impact and the ability that he has to use his length.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, he does it on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's in lanes. You can't throw the ball anywhere kind of near him because he's going to go get it. He starts fast breaks for us. He gets out and runs. So he does it on both sides of the ball. Obviously, you know, he got tasked with guarding LeBron as a rookie. It's not an easy matchup for anybody, let alone a guy in his first, you know, year in the NBA. But he took that challenge on. He's elite, you know, defensively, and when he's locked in on that end of the floor, it's really good for our, you know, defense collectively. So, big time tonight for us. And you know, when he's playing the way he did tonight, it just helps our team so much more.
And I think you guys had 17 made threes tonight. Can you just describe the way that you were getting those shots and how that was able to open things up for you all?
Yeah, I mean, they were heavily loaded in the paint, you know, on everybody. I mean, we just had to kind of, you know, draw defense, kick it out, and we're getting, you know, good looks. Isaiah and Mike made a lot of threes tonight. J-Dub made some. So it was good. I mean, we made the right play. I think for the most part, we took care of the ball, bar, you know, a few turnovers here and there. But yeah, we got the right shots. You don't always make them, but tonight we had a few of them go down, and you know, you double down on those good looks, and that's what we're going to do.
I think you were 1 when LeBron was a rookie in the NBA.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on, you know, kind of the life moment that it was tonight to be out there on the floor as he said.
Yeah, it's obviously special. I mean, this day, you know, not many people thought this record would ever be broken. And to be a part of history with one of the all-time greats is a special moment. You know, I was secretly hoping he would do it tonight just so I could be here and witness this just as everyone else did. You know, as a player, you also are a fan. And, you know, the things he's done for the game over the last, you know, 20 or so years has inspired and is a mentor and role model to kids all around the world. So he was, to me, you know, my favorite player growing up. So, yeah, to be on the floor, you know, and share history, you know, like we did tonight, was special. And, yeah, it's a record that, you know, never and again in our lifetime will it, you know, be broken.
Mark was saying that after that bucket, you know, the huddle with you guys, all the internal talk was like really good after that, and I was just curious if you could share anything about some of those moments afterwards and the way that you all responded without really having to be told anything.
Yeah, I mean, we knew obviously, coming in that when he broke the record, there was going to be a, kind of celebration period, and there was. But I think the way we responded, just internally, we kind of spoke about it. Just stay ready. Don't get too caught up in what's happening. The outside noise, there was, cameras all over the floor. So just stay locked in on what we're doing. We're here to win a game. And that's what we did, I think. I mean, they made that run out of that kind of break, but after that, we responded well. But yeah, internally, during that, break in the game, I think guys handled it well. We kind of spoke to each other and just said we've got to lock in, don't get distracted, and close this game out.
What did it feel like for you on the court playing? Every time LeBron got the ball, the crowd got louder. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a unique experience. Nothing. I don't think anybody on either team has played, in a game such as this. It just shows the impact the guy has all around the world. Every time he touched the ball tonight, the crowd was going crazy. Fun game to play in. I mean, fun game to be a part of. But yeah, I've never been in something like this before. But yeah, very unique experience, and I'm very grateful to be a part of this tonight.
Just curious kind of how that felt out there and what that response was like internally with the team.
Well, it was loud, obviously, and I just thought we did a good job of kind of weathering the storm. Just throughout the whole year, we've kind of understood that it's a game of runs, and they hadn't really made a big push until then. So I think honestly, the stop kind of helped us a little bit too, kind of let us refocus a little bit earlier, and then kind of just understand that we were hitting shots and getting what we wanted on the offensive end. Kind of buckled down defensively and got some big stops.
With that in mind, Shai, Mark was saying that the kind of internal talk amongst the team coming out of that long break was really good. He didn't have to say anything. He said, what was either your role or what was your perspective on the way that you all kind of just got together in that moment?
I just wanted to make sure that the team stayed focused on the task at hand. Obviously, it's unusual in a basketball game. And obviously, you can get distracted, you can get stiff, you can get whatever it is. But I just wanted to make sure that we were ready to go and ready to take advantage of the situation.
JW, you had a pretty unique experience guarding LeBron James for the first time. Just what was that like for you, and what did you feel like you learned from that tonight?
I learned that he's strong. But yeah, that was a pretty surreal moment. I'll never be able to guard him in this environment where he's gonna obviously be trying to get the record ever again. So that was, kind of almost like a once in a lifetime thing. So it was pretty cool to get that challenge and that assignment. I think overall what I learned is just being disciplined and understanding that, he's gonna make shots and kind of do what he does, but just make things difficult for him. And I think a good thing with our team is our overall message was to win the game, kind of regardless of the record and the stops, like not get caught up in everything. And I think we did a good job of that.
You were mentioning before the game that going through this experience for the group as a whole is really good just because it's such a unique experience. How do you feel like you guys took steps forward as a group tonight?
Yeah, like I said, we'll probably never be in this kind of environment. Obviously the playoffs will be kind of like replica of what we're shooting for, but just as far as all the distractions that were out, I think that was really good for us, especially being a young team, to kind of see this early and get the opportunity to do it. And I thought we handled it with class and we're mature about it. And overall, I think that's what helped us win.
Shai, I know you guys were obviously focused on getting the win, but during that break when everything stopped, were you able to take a moment and sort of absorb the history of it all and take it in?
To tell you the truth, I was so focused on winning the game. That's all I was really worried about. Now, when I step back and really think about it, it'll sink in and it'll be amazing for sure. But I think in that moment I was so focused on winning the game and staying ready. I didn't want to step up. I didn't want to lose focus. I didn't want to lose the flow of the game, what was going on, how they were guarding me, you know what I mean? I didn't want to lose that, so I was focusing on that and just trying to stay present in the game and not let that stuff distract me. Because above all, I wanted to win the game tonight.
This might be silly or stupid, I guess, but for both of you, just in a normal game, there's a flow to like the crowd and the noise and what it's going to sound like. When a dude touches the ball for the first time and it's loud, and then the second time it's loud, just what was that like for both of you guys? Just like what did it feel like or sound like?
It was pretty cool. It was energetic for sure. Now we expected that going into the game. We tried to make emphasis on making it tough on him. Every time he touched the ball, he's obviously a really good player and had a great night. But yeah, we kind of expected that going into the game.
And then I guess just for you and Kenrich, you both have that kind of responsibility the whole night. When Mark was in here, he mentioned that one thing he loves about Kenrich is like the vulnerability of his competitiveness. Like he's not afraid of anything. He wants to contest every shot. Just was it like for you to compete with him all night, knowing that you two kind of had that role?
I wouldn't even say specifically tonight, like in regards to me competing with him. That's just something that he's been doing all year, and something that I feel like is really contagious. And it's kind of, I'm already competitive as it is, and then just kind of watching him go out there and compete the way he does and not be afraid of any moment or any assignment, that makes you kind of want to play harder. And obviously today I got to go against LeBron too, so that made me more amped to obviously play defense and kind of just be out there and help him, because if somebody's playing that hard, it's almost like it makes everybody else play just as hard. So yeah, salute to Kenny.
Shai, you all hit 17
Couple more.
threes tonight. I just wanted to ask
Damn.
kind of how you all generated such good looks and the way that that seemed to just flow all night.
Yeah, we just try to play to our identity, play fast, play together, and move the ball. They're obviously a big defense and a smart defense. A lot of those guys have played for a lot of years. We know that going to games, the team's game plan is going to be to shut down the paint. We just wanted to play with offense with extra effort, extra ball movement, and really work in possessions, and also be aggressive, not shy away from the moment.
Shai, when it comes to basketball moments, where does this one rank for you?
This was pretty cool. It was so unique. Like something like this might never happen again. That's a good question though. This is probably maybe like number 2. I think Game 7, my second year, would be number 1, just because like that was my first Game 7, like really win or go home, pressure situation. Now I didn't end the way I wanted it to, but that was a real deal situation.